Did you know that there's a miracle in giving? Welcome to CITAM Church Online. My name is Kambua Mathu. The Bible tells us of a time when Elijah was in a land where there was famine. It hadn't rained for a really long time. And the Lord tells him to go to a town called Zarephath, where he would meet a widow who would feed him or take care of him. So he goes and meets this widow and tells her, go bring me some water to drink. And she says, okay. And then as she's going, he tells her, bring me also some bread to eat. And then she says, you know, I only have very, very little flour, and I'm planning to just make that for myself and my son. We eat and we die, because that's all that they had left. You can imagine already being a widow is a very difficult situation to be in. And then there's famine in her land, and she has just very little food. And the little that she has, the man of God is asking her for. But he tells her, you don't worry, go and make me some bread and bring it, and eat the rest. You and your son eat the rest. And the woman, out of obedience, maybe also because she thought, well, I have nothing left to lose, we're going to die anyway, she decided to obey what the man of God was telling her. And what happened to her is where the miracle is. She never ran out of flour, she never ran out of oil, until rain came into the land. And the food was enough not only for her and her family, but also for the prophet Elijah. There is a miracle in giving. She could have decided, no, this is too little, let me hold on to it. You selfish man of God, leave me alone. But she said, no, I will obey. Since you're saying that this is a command from God, I will obey and do it. Do you realize that any time we try to hold on to things, we try to hoard them for ourselves, we get limited to only those resources that we're holding on to. But every time we decide to go with our hands open, like that widow, in obedience, even when we don't know what's going to happen next, a miracle happens. We never run out. You never run out of resources. You never run out of love. You never run out of material things if your hands are like this and not like this. I also think about another widow who later on met with the prophet Elisha later on in the Bible. And this widow was in so much debt, her husband had died, and the debtors wanted to come and take her sons to help offset those debts. And when she met the prophet Elisha, he told her, bring some jars. And when she went and collected jars from her neighbors, nipatie kibuyu, nipatie, and she started to pour the oil into those jars, the oil kept pouring and pouring and pouring until the vessels ran out. If she had not poured, then there would not have been enough to keep going into all those other vessels. She needed to go with her hands like this and not like this. In this season, it's so easy for us to want to hoard, to go to the supermarket and say, oh my gosh, there's a curfew, there could be a lockdown. Let me go and buy all the food in the store. Let me go buy all the sanitizer in the store for myself, for my people. Instead of going with your hands like this, thinking, let me buy enough for myself and buy some for somebody else. Or let me buy enough for myself and leave some on the shelf for somebody else to buy. Thinking about other people, thinking about opportunities to give, opportunities to help. In this time especially, we don't give because out of an abundance. We give out of a willingness to obey what God expects of us. Luke chapter 6 verse 38 says, give and it will be given to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be put into your bosom. For with the same measure that you use, it will be measured back to you. It reminds me of a Sunday school song we used to sing, give and it will come back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. Give and it will come back to you. When you give to the Lord. And when you give to the Lord, you will never run out. There is a miracle in giving. Be sure to catch me next Friday. Follow us on our pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube. Have a wonderful weekend. God bless you.